When it comes to children and teenagers, advertising can have unintended negative consequences, particularly when it includes inappropriate content. This issue has drawn attention from parents, educators, and policymakers alike due to its potential to harm young audiences who are more impressionable and vulnerable than adults. Inappropriate advertisements are promotional materials that contain content unsuitable for specific audiences, particularly children and teenagers. This can include ads that promote harmful products such as alcohol, tobacco, and gambling, or that feature sexual, violent, or misleading themes. Mm, For instance, a fast food commercial might glamorize unhealthy eating habits, while a clothing brand's ad might use overly sexualized imagery to market its products. Similarly, ads for violent video games or movies often target younger audiences, indirectly normalizing aggression and desensitizing them to violence. Children and teenagers are in a critical stage of cognitive, emotional, and social development. They often lack the ability to critically evaluate the intent of advertisements or differentiate between factual information and persuasive tactics. This makes them particularly susceptible to being influenced by the messages conveyed in ads. For example, advertisements promoting sugary snacks or junk food contribute to unhealthy eating habits, which can lead to long-term health issues such as obesity and diabetes. Moreover, ads that glorify materialism and unrealistic beauty standards can harm self-esteem and mental health. Teenagers, in particular, may feel pressure to conform to the ideals portrayed in these advertisements, leading to feelings of inadequacy or the development of unhealthy habits such as excessive eating or overspending. Similarly, advertisements that feature sexualized content can prematurely expose young audiences to adult themes, influencing their perceptions of relationships and self-worth. Mm, the ethical responsibility of advertisers is often questioned when it comes to targeting young audiences. While businesses aim to maximize profits, this should not come at the expense of the well-being of children and teenagers. Organizations and regulatory bodies have established guidelines to limit harmful advertising practices. Mm, for example, many countries have laws restricting the advertisement of alcohol and tobacco to minors. Some platforms, such as YouTube Kids, also implement strict content moderation to ensure ads are age appropriate. To mitigate the impact of inappropriate advertisements, parents and educators play a vital role in fostering media literacy among children and teenagers. Teaching them to critically analyze advertisements helps them recognize manipulative tactics and make informed decisions. Mm, pol- Policymakers must also enforce strict regulations to ensure advertisements comply with ethical standards. For example, limiting the item of harmful ads during children's programming or implementing penalties for violating advertising guidelines can significantly reduce exposure to inappropriate content. So, inappropriate advertisements targeting children and teenagers are a growing concern due to their potential to negatively influence young minds. By promoting harmful products, fostering unrealistic expectations, or exposing them to unsuitable content, these ads can have long-lasting consequences. A collective effort from advertisers, parents, educators, and policymakers is essential to protect young audiences and ensure a healthier, more positive advertising environment.